Over the past several weeks, we've been really diving deep into iPhone videography, and you're beginning to see the value of the iPhone. So the question is it still worth buying a digital camera? Last week, I released a video on how to concept and shoot an event. And within that video, I shot the event on both an iPhone and a Panasonic GH5. A lot of you, when I showed that side-by-side comparison, even preferred the iPhone video. But what I realized was it's very difficult to kind of tell the difference in the way that I presented those videos side by side. So within this video, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper to really be able to pull out what the differences are between those so that you can decide what is best for you, iPhone or upgrading to a DSLR. I'm Amanda Horvath, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. If you are looking to use video in your strategy this year, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. Instead of doing the side-by-side comparison that I did last week, I'm going to play the full 30-second iPhone video, immediately followed up by the full 30-second DSLR video. That will help you to start picking out the differences, and then we're going to dive into the pros and cons of each. Before we dive into the pros and cons of the iPhone, I want you to drop a comment below letting me know which one you prefer and if you really are able to pick out the differences. I'm curious from an untrained eye what you're recognizing. So go ahead and drop that comment below. So the pros of the iPhone is that it's easy to carry, there's no learning curve, and it allows you to master the art of storytelling. All in all, the iPhone is a great place to start when it comes to creating video content. Even as a professional, using the iPhone is such a freeing experience compared to my GH5. The best part is that it's always in your pocket and you don't even need to unlock your iPhone to get to the camera. This is best depicted in the moment when we were asking someone to open up a bottle and drink it. He spontaneously decided to cheers to the camera, and the iPhone was able to adjust to that spontaneity because I could just lean back, capture the moment, and then go back in when he actually drank it. But with the GH5, that cheers was so quick that it was difficult to pull focus and find the focus point for the cheers as well as when he went back and drank. So you can see how it's not as easy to use the GH5 in spontaneous moments like that. By stripping away any of the technical difficulties, you're able to train your eye to capture things visually rather than having to worry about technically capturing them. When someone is viewing your content, that's all they care about. They're really just looking to engage with you and get that content. So if you can learn how to capture a good story first and foremost, and then add that technical skill of making it look good, you'll be a lot better off. The cons of shooting with the iPhone is that it's oversaturated, it's a less cinematic look, and there's pixelization in your shots. iPhone video is meant to look great right after shooting an image. This is because they know that their consumers won't be color correcting the footage afterwards. They're just gonna shoot something and immediately send it. Now that is totally fine if that's how you plan to use the footage, but if you're looking to add some color correction to your footage in post, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult to control what those colors are going to look like because it's already super contrasty and overly saturated. This is most obvious when you're looking at skin tones. It can be very difficult to make someone's skin tone look natural when you're shooting on an iPhone. One of the major cons of the iPhone is its inability to look cinematic, and this is because it doesn't have that nice depth of field that comes with a DSLR or mirrorless camera. This is not as obvious in the footage that I shot, which is why I'm pointing it out. We did that purposefully because we wanted to have a fair side-by-side comparison, and we knew that the iPhone couldn't achieve that same look, and so we just didn't shoot it. The final downside of the iPhone is the pixelization. This comes from the sharpness that comes right out of the camera with the iPhone, and it can be a little bit of a bummer and cause less cinematic footage. Moving right along to the Panasonic GH5. For comparison's sake, it's safe to assume that whatever DSLR or mirrorless camera that you choose will have the same pros and cons. So the pros of upgrading is that you'll have a high quality image, flexibility when color grading, more input options for audio, and also room for growth. It doesn't take much to recognize the GH5 has a lot of value when it comes to spitting out a high quality image. You're also able to have a lot more control over the color of your images because there's several different color profiles that you can choose from. And within those, you're able to lower the contrast and the saturation so that when you do get into post-production, you have a lot more ability to play around. One thing that might not be as obvious to the eye is that your camera, when you upgrade, is going to have a lot more options for audio. First off, you're going to be able to control the input levels of whatever mic that you plug in. So with the iPhone, whenever you plug a microphone in, you can't control how much is being picked up on the microphone, but on a camera, you can control that level. So all in all, you're gonna have a lot better audio options with an upgrade. The cons of upgrading from an iPhone is that it's a big investment, your gear is now heavier to carry, and it's hard to learn. When you upgrade your camera, there's suddenly a lot more things to think about. You have to get a memory card, extra batteries, a camera bag, and everything else associated with having that camera. That investment can be a lot for someone that's just starting out and doesn't even know if they're going to continue producing video content. That's why I'm really big into using the iPhone. In addition to losing money, you're also losing the ability to just stick your phone in your pocket and have it with you at all times. Now you have something to carry around, and that can be a little cumbersome depending on what environments you're looking to shoot in. As for the learning curve, it does take time to master ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and all the other settings on your camera. Once again, this can be super daunting to someone who's just starting out, especially if you're still in the midst of learning how to tell a good story visually. I can give you as much information as I can, but it's still going to be on you to practice and master those skills. Overall, I would ask the question why you're looking to upgrade and decide if it's really worth the time and money to invest in higher quality gear to get that higher quality output. Your answer might be that it's not best right now, but it may be in the future. Whatever you decide, I'm going to have a lot of different options for you on this channel to progress your video creation skills. So be sure to subscribe and drop a comment below if you have a specific topic that you'd like me to hit. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. So that, this light is changing so much. You're training your eye to be able to pick up on different moments for And as for the learning curve, I've been doing for freaking light. Now you get brighter.